Hello everyone, it's Sheila back again. Welcome to my channel. I am sitting knitting now. I have been out in my garden. I went out in my garden about 11 o'clock and I was intending to stay till about 3 o'clock. No, so I would have been about 3 hours because I would have had a probably break for my lunch, half an hour, and then a half an hour in after lunch, sometime. But it was lovely when I first went out. The sun was shining and it was lovely and warm, and then all of a sudden it started getting darker. Didn't cool down, but you could feel the dampness in the air, so I knew it was going to rain. But I thought, well, at least I'm staying out until it starts. I'll leave it. But it did start about 2:30. And it didn't just come down one or two little drops, or great big blobs of rain on the my patio and that. So I had to rush the bin that I had been putting all the dandelion roots and everything else in. I had to rush to my recycle bin. It's down the side of my house, down the side by my garage, and empty that into there because I didn't want that filling with water as well, and then have to empty it into the recycle bin, all the water as well. But it was only for a few minutes, and I came back in, but it just kept getting darker. And I've got the light on in my living room now because it is so dark. It's like night. And it has started raining again. It hasn't rained a lot, but we are supposed to be having thunder today, so I think it will probably be happening pretty soon. But it spoiled my fun in the garden because I ended intending staying until about 3 o'clock, and I thought that half hour that was left, all I had was one little corner of the area that I wasn't digging it over. I was just digging all the roots out because it was covered in dandelion plants and some other plants, and some of those buttercup ones, that spread all over the place and all that. And I wanted to get all those out first and then dig it over properly. It would be a lot easier to dig. I'd see what I was doing. You couldn't tell what you were doing with the with all the weeds that were in the garden. So I thought if I'd only just had that half hour, I would have had that done, and then at least the rain afterwards would have soaked all that soil, and it would have made it a lot easier probably to dig it over properly. But the nearer, when I was digging it over, the nearer I got to the hedge, the soil just got harder and harder to move, because it doesn't get a lot of sun on that part, and it's always sort of dampish and wet, and so all the clay was still in that part. So I had an awful job doing, getting some of the weeds out there. But I'm just gonna have to hope it's not too bad. Maybe I can get back out tomorrow. I don't know what the weather is. I'll have a look at my phone, see what we're going to have tomorrow. It's changed every day. It tells me what the weather is like on this app on my phone, but it changes all day long. But today, anyway, it is not supposed to rain until 7 o'clock, so they got that wrong. And then, according to my phone, there's thunder and lightning at 11 o'clock. But I don't know, it could happen before that. So anyway, tomorrow, heavy rain all day tomorrow. Well, from 6 o'clock, not all day, was me some showers. It's about 20 degrees tomorrow. Mostly cloudy, an odd bit of sunshine, but rain as well, showers during the day, and then heavy rain from about 6 o'clock all night. So it looks like Tuesday is going to be a better day, but the temperature's really dropped on Tuesday. It's only down to 15 degrees. That's the hottest it's going to get. It's only about 12 or 13 most of the day. It's a big drop from what we've had. Same on Wednesday, 15 degrees, but a bit more sunshine. I might possibly get it finished probably after Tuesday, at least finish digging the weeds out. And then after that, I am going to have to take all the weeds out from underneath my hedge, so I can cut it with the hedge cutter, because when all them weeds are underneath, it makes it awkward to pick up the cuttings off the hedge, because I had to do that with the front garden as well, because I'd left that one too long as well. So anyway, I've got my work cut out when the weather gets a little bit better. But in the meantime, I am almost up to the armholes on this. And I have been working on one of my PDFs this morning. I had a message from Derek, my subscriber in Las Vegas. He had a PDF for the one of my patterns. It's the double moss stitch one, the red cardigan on the pattern, and he had found a fault with it, where I don't have the pattern in the bag. I don't know whether I've got the pattern in this bag. Yeah, have a look. I can explain it to you if it is. Now I must have took it out. Oh, but I got it on there. Oh, there it is. I've got it out on the thing, man. On the pattern, I have put all the stitches, so that when I have tell you how to do the stitches for the pattern, I've got knit 2, purl 2, repeat the stitches in the brackets to the last 2 stitches, knit 2. And that works all right out for the 18, the 16, the 18, the 20 and the 22. When you come to the 24 inch, the number of stitches, I've got 68 stitches. It should have been 66 stitches, which Derek had worked this out. And he messaged to tell me it should have been 66 stitches, or else that first row was going to end with purl 2, not knit 2, and it would have put the pattern out. So anyone who's knit the 24 inch, yeah, if they have, they must have worked around it themselves. But Derek told me that, so I've been on the PDF, working in the PDF this morning, and I've altered the pattern, changed it from 68 stitches to 66. So anybody that has this pattern, you change your 24 to 66 stitches instead of 68. And when you come to, after you've done the armholes and that, where taking those 2 stitches off means you're going to lose a couple of rows in the length from the armholes up to the neck. So instead of ending with 24 stitches, I put it to end with 22 stitches, so that keeps that, because those 2 rows make all the difference to the length of something, and it'll knock the rows out on the sleeves and the fronts as well. So I have been altering this, I've been working it out, and I had to put I didn't keep a copy of this in my the text maker thing that I use to make the PDFs. When I do a PDF, I usually keep a copy, so that if I have to alter anything, I just click on the copy that's already in, and it brings the same thing up again, and I can just go on the pattern and thing. But I didn't keep a copy of this one, did I? So I had to copy and paste everything on the pattern, put it onto the text thing, and then it doesn't come up exactly the same way it's written in the thing. It comes up without any spaces in between. I put a space in between after I've done the back and that. When you come to the armholes, I put a space. And the same with when you do the left front, I leave spaces before you do the armholes and the sleeves and things like that, so that you can tell straight away looking at it whether you're onto the armholes or what part you're onto. But the way it comes up when I copy and paste it, it's all in one with no spaces, so I had to work it all out and put all the spaces in the right place and that, and I changed the number of stitches. So anything I've wrote out on it, any new patterns will have the new stitches on, but any patterns that I have 1 or 2 patterns that I've already printed out, and I've just just crossed out the 68 and put 66 on, the 24 and put 22 on the actual pattern. So if I send those patterns out to anyone, they'll have just a slight little alteration on the thing. So that's the way I work things. That's why I like people to tell me if they find any faults with any patterns, so I can put them right. Which Derek had, but he had managed to work it out. He actually told me what was wrong with the pattern. So instead of me having to go through and trying to find out what I had done wrong, he had worked it out for himself. He knew. So so thank you very much for that, Derek. That's why I like people to tell me if there's any fault whatsoever. Please don't be frightened to tell me. I won't be upset or anything like that. I like patterns to be correct. So that's just a little bit for today, and I'm going to carry on knitting as much as I can of this, and I might, maybe it's just up to tea time, I might pick up my own knitting and get on with my sweater I have to do and a cardigan that I was doing for myself, because I have a lot of wool upstairs in my room where I keep all the wool. I keep so much to one side that I'm going to keep for myself, and I never ever have time to get around to knitting it. And I want to knit things. I want to replace a lot of my cardigans and sweaters, you know, some of them I've had for years now, and I want to replace them with new ones, and I just do not have the time. Since I started on YouTube, I don't have time for myself. But anyway, I'm going to have to make time. I'm going to be doing my own tonight. So a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll catch you all another time. So bye for now.